If you want the perfect print and cut, you must ensure that you calibrate your machine. So I do this every couple of months or when I realize my print and cut is off. I'm going to show you how this is done via Cricut Design Space. So open up Cricut Design Space and you are greeted with your home page here. It's slightly changed on where you get the calibration. So I'm going to show you how we get our calibration. Up here, wherever you see your name with this little person here, you just click it there and then you go on to settings. So this is a new place for settings and you can change your profile. So I can put a picture up here if I want to, but yeah. So I'm going to show you how we calibrate our Cricut machine. So here you've got your general, machines, canvas, load type notifications, and system. So once you click on machines, if you've got a few Cricut machines, I've only got one, so I'll only have one device here. So you click what type of machine you have. I've got an Explorer Air 2, but depending on what machine you have, click the machine that you have. And then you can start your machine calibration. You just click start. Get the most accurate cuts for print then cut, print then cut. Just select this here. It should start to find your printer, so just make sure your printer is switched on. So there you can see it's found my printer. I've got Canon TS7 400 series. If you've got more than one printer, they will come in the drop down menu. So just select your printer and then you're going to print out a calibration sheet. So once the calibration sheet has printed out, just select continue. And then it says calibrate your machine ensures it cuts printed images accurately. Place the sheet in the top left hand corner of your mat, then click continue. So I'm going to show you how this is done. I'm going to take this out of my computer screen, but just follow it based on your mat and then it should connect to your Cricut machine. Once it's found your Cricut machine, so this is my Cricut machine here, it says prepare the machine. So all you will need in here is your, sorry, that's my printer in the background, your fine point blade, and that's it, and you're going to load it. So I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. So I've lined up my Cricut mat. You can see here, this is my Cricut mat, and I'm going to pull it into my Cricut machine. Make sure when you put it into your Cricut machine, you set your Cricut machine to the paper cut settings. If it's on anything else, make sure you change it to paper, because if it's too thick, it will cut through to your mat. So I've got an Explorer, as I mentioned. I'm going to just set it to paper, and then you'll let your calibration, you'll let it cut from your Cricut machine. So you can see the Cricut machine is cutting. So what it's doing now is just scanning the calibration sheet to read the cut settings, and then it will start cutting. So the first thing it does, it just cuts the box, and it asks you, without unloading, examine the cut around the small square in the middle. Does the cut line touch the printed line? You say yes or you say no. Box right here. This is the box you're going to look at, and you're going to see, does it cut right around? My one is pretty good, so I'm going to say yes. It's very hard for you to see it, but you may need to take it off, shine your torch or whatever you need to do to see your cut lines. So I'm going to say yes, proceed to a fine calibration and then continue. If yours isn't, say no and you just follow the on-screen instructions. Now it's going to do a few more cuts. Now it is finished with the calibration. It's asking me which line. You can see which line looks like this. So it's going directly through the line. So you go back to your calibration sheet. So here's my calibration sheet. It's very hard for you to see because of the camera that I am using, but I'm going to have a look myself. From my one, 11 is right in the middle, if you can see, and on the side I will go with I. So I is right in the middle of that black line. So go straight back to your calibration, and I said 11. Yours may be different. Everyone's Cricut machine can be calibrated slightly different. And then I go to continue, and it just does a final confirmation cut. And then it will ask you, are you satisfied with the cut? The final confirmation cut was around this one here. So you check it. And if it is fine, it's all within the black lines, you say it's good. So my final confirmation cut, yes, the cut is close enough to the center. If not, you can do another calibration, but my one is fine. And then you just go to continue. And calibration complete. You're ready to start making your stickers with your print then cut.